Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new here, you're welcome. My name is Beatrice Daito. Stick around to the end of this video and I assure you that you'll be blessed. So in this video, I'm just going to be talking about questions you should ask yourself before getting into a relationship. So first of all, I'll use the scripture Ecclesiastes chapter 3 that talks about times and seasons, right? First question you should ask yourself that, is this the proper time to get into a relationship? So most times, we're just in a hurry because we're in our 20s, we're in your 30s, we're in your 40s, your mid-40s, and you just think that because I'm of age, I should get into a relationship. Well, the good thing is that, we read in the Bible that says that the children of Issachar, they understood times and they understood seasons. That is what most people in this generation lack. So we just believe that because we're done schooling, we're done serving, we have a good job, then it's not the proper time to get married. Just like the world, the systems, is just go to school, finish school, get a good job and get married. But there's a proper time for doing things. Bible says that when people don't know what God is doing, they just fall over their faces. I think I'm just going to look for the scripture and put it somewhere. Where people don't know what God is doing, they're just going to fall over their faces and, because they don't know what God is doing, because there's a season for preparation and there's a season for showing forth. So most people don't understand that there's a proper time to get into a relationship. It's not by age. There is a proper time. And one of the things I've realized is that when you yield your right to dating to God, eventually you would see that in the end you are happy. Remember the story that happened in the Cana Garden where Jesus performed the miracle, that wedding. What Mary told them? She said, whatever God tells you to do, do it. What is God telling you now to do? Is it the season for you to be in a relationship, or is it the season for you to build yourself? Is it telling you? What is it telling you? Exactly. So if God tells you to wait, it's because He has a bigger and better plan for you. So is this the proper time for you, for me, to get into a relationship? That is the number one question you should ask yourself. Moving on to the next question. So the second question you should ask is, am I ready to be committed to this person? So before you take the move of saying, getting married and doing this and that, you need to sit down and have difficult conversations with yourself. Are you ready to be committed to this person? Because most people focus on, we're going to be having sex, we're just going to go to the moon and just going to be back. But the truth of the matter is, you're going to go to down movie and you're going to come back, and reality will down movie. You would see that you're dealing with real life issues here. You would see that there are some days that things are sour. So in those days where these things are foul, what keeps you in there is the fact that you decided in your mind and you had that conversation with yourself that, I have chosen to be committed to this person. And let me tell you something, if you ask married people, it's when you get married that you become more attracted to even seeing at selling. And they say either there are people that are attracted to married people. But what keeps you there is your commitment. One of the characteristics of love, commitment. What keeps you there is your commitment. So am I ready to burn the bridges? So you get to that point and say, me and this person on this journey, I'm just going to burn the bridges. There's no way out. There's no divorce, because most people, there's the slightest discomfort that they have. When reality sets in, they are just quick to leave. Why? Because that issue of commitment first was not in place. The issue of commitment was not in place. That is why you can see people can just up and leave and say, I can't do this anymore. I can't. In 2 months of marriage, 3 months of marriage, they're saying I can't. It's because people have a lot of fantasies in their head. But the truth of the matter is, this person that you're getting married to, know that this person is different, from a different background, and you're also from a different background. It means that there's going to be some clashes. So in those days when those storms come, in those days when those clashes come, one of the things that keeps you is your commitment. I have chosen this person, and every other person is what? Now you must understand that it calls for a firm commitment on our part to be faithful to the one that we choose. Keep that in mind. Third and lastly, do you like what you sing? As I sit down for you like this, is it my spirit that you are seeing? Is my body that you are seeing? Right? So most people tend to spiritualize a lot of things. Physical attraction is key when getting into a relationship, when getting into marriage. I know that they say, okay, spirit, no man after the flesh was outside the spirit. That is correct. Very correct. But you still, these physical needs is very. Do you like what you see? These are difficult questions to ask yourself. Oh, God will not punish you and give you something that you do not like. Look at this person. I'm really, really sexually attracted to this person. Do I like what I see? So that by the time you get married, you are not, your eyes are outside. You are looking at. I'm not saying that eventually when you get married, you will not be attracted to another person. Of course, you see fine people now. So people say that the beautiful ones are here to be born. It means that as as the time goes on, you will see people that are finer than your partner. That is why that issue of commitment comes in. But to you personally, do you like what you see? It's very, very important for you to put that in check. If you do not like what you see, so God doesn't punish you, just like I said in the beginning. God will never punish you and say, okay, I'm just going to punish this girl, this person, because you would end up suffering and your partner will end up suffering. If you see that you're not single sexually attracted to this person and they eventually end up together, both parties will end up suffering. There's no happiness from your end and there's no happiness from the other person's end. So it is very important to sit back and ask yourself, oh yes, I know that this person is spiritual. I know that this person possesses all the characteristics that you want, but you must know that men look at the outward appearance. It is only God that looks at the inward man. So with these few points of mine, I've come to the end of this video. Please like, share, and subscribe for more exciting episodes coming your way. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye for now.